Vint is the first fully transparent wine investment platform, genuinely accessible to everyone. For less than $100, you can own SEC-qualified shares of the best wines in the world. The Vint Wine Investment Podcast offers up-to-date information on the world of wine and investing, as well as current perspectives on our collections and the wine markets in general. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Vint Wine Investment Podcast. My name is Billy Galenko, and I'm the head of wine here at Vint. We have a ton to cover today, but before I dive in, I want to note that this is going to be the last episode of the Vint Wine Investment Podcast as we know it. Next week, we're going to go to a more conversational format with myself and Brady, who is our head of investor relations and fellow wine lover. We're looking to add a little bit more conversation and dynamism to this podcast. We have a ton to cover, and Brady and I love to nerd out about wines and Vint in general. So we got some exciting stuff for you. But for this week, we have a bunch of news for you. First, Vint was featured in our hometown, Richmond, Virginia newspaper. That sounds a little small, but we had a big spread and are featured online. You can check us out at the Richmond Times-Dispatch, the Vint article. It was very exciting, so we just want to give a shout out to Richmond, Virginia and the Times-Dispatch. Thank you. The next two big notes, Rhone. The Rhone collection is almost sold out, so get your shares while it's still alive. We've seen, again, that Richmond Times-Dispatch article and a bunch of other basically publications have been driving a lot of traffic, and the Rhone shares are going quickly. So buy them while you still can. If the Rhone sells out before you're able to get there, have no fear. We have the Piemonte collection that is still live. Again, this one features top producers from Barolo and Barbaresco, anchored by the Monfortino Giacomo Conterno. We have two vintages of that, so definitely check it out. Get in while you still can on there as well. But the big news of today, what I want to really lean in on is we are launching in partnership with Emmett Scorsone Winery 3 NFTs. We are basically the marketing agent for these NFTs. We're working with Emmett Scorsone Winery to provide a unique combination of experiences in wine, which the owners of the NFT will have rights to. So we're going to be working with them to mint these NFTs, and then Emmett Scorsone will actually be the ones transacting the sale, delivering the wine, and the experiences. What is an NFT? Stands for non-fungible token. Basically, it's a digital token that cannot be replicated, and in itself endows the owner to rights, to experiences, items, what have you. So for these NFTs, we're going to be including a whole package of ownership rights. So there will be 3 NFTs. They're going to represent 3 different wines. And within each, there will be 3 bottles of wine signed by the winemaker and the owner. These are going to be really rare library wines from their library in the winery. Each wine, there's less than 2 cases of left in the winery, so basically everything else has been sold or consumed. These wines come from really top tier vineyards. One of them comes from the Tokelan vineyard, farmed by the Beckstoffer family. The Beckstoffer Tokelan is probably the most famous vineyard in Napa Valley. Another wine comes from the Beckstoffer, again, that famous farming family, St. George's III, or sorry, not St. George's, just George's III vineyard. Again, another top tier crew in Napa. And the last but not least comes from the Ellis Alden Vineyard. This is in the Alexander Valley, and it's one of the original wines made by Emmett Scorsone. This one is actually not produced as a single vineyard wine anymore, so it's exceedingly rare. So I highly recommend checking that out. So each NFT is going to be these 3 wines from these 3 vineyards, Cabernets, and they're going to be from 3 different vintages. The Beckstoffer Tokelan Cabernet Sauvignon will be from the 2015 vintage. The George's III will be from the 2011 vintage. And the Ellis Alden Alexander Valley wine will be from the 2013 vintage. Each of these wines, again, there will be 3 bottles of each in each collection. Each one will be signed by the winemaker and the owner. Accompanying the wines itself are multiple experiences. One is a virtual tasting with the winemaker. So basically, the winemaker will sit down with you and walk you through one of the bottles that you've purchased with the NFT, talk to you more about the vintage, the vinification, what went into making the wine, and what makes it so unique and special. The next, you will have a right to your own personal private tour of the winery and the vineyards. So if you come up to Sonoma, they'll be able to walk you through and potentially even show you the vineyards where the wines came from. The next piece you'll have a right to is a winemaker dinner. This will be an exclusive dinner for NFT holders that will be hosted by the winery. Food, wine, and of course the winemaker and the owners will be there, and you'll be able to, talk to the other NFT owners as well as learn more about the wine, the winery, and really give a deeper understanding about the land. Last but not least, you will have rights to first refusal. So these are really unique wines, really unique vintages, but they have had vintages since of the Beckstoffer, both the To Kalon and the St. George's or the George's III. So you will have the first right to purchase those wines again before they're offered to anyone else. This is important because there's very little of these wines in existence. They're not offered to the public. So rather than just listing them again publicly, if you own the first NFT, you will have the right to that next batch. Yes, it's really exciting. These NFTs are one of one. You are able to redeem part of it. Say you want to just redeem the wine, you're able to redeem part of it and then sell the NFT again if you would like. And then the holder of the NFT after the wines could still experience the tastings, could still experience the dinner. So there's a ton packed into these 3 NFTs. And that is it for this week. Come back next week for our new and improved format with me and Brady. We'll be excited to have you, and we'll have some exciting news to share both on the NFT front as well as collection. So talk to you next week. Cheers.
Hey everyone, it's Brady, and like Billy said, our podcast is going to look and sound a little bit different the next time you hear us. When you find us on your podcast platform next time, you'll see new artwork and a new title. You can find us easily by saving the podcast now before the changes are made, or you can search our new name, which is just the Vint Podcast. We're really excited about all the upcoming changes and have a lot of great content coming your way with all the information we've shared in the past, as well as new interviews and collaborations that we're looking forward to sharing. And with that, we'll see you soon. For questions, comments, or feedback on the Vint Wine Investment Podcast, please email us at support@vint.co. To check out our current offerings and to sign up for the Vint platform, find us at www.vint.co. That's www.vint.co. Vint and VV Markets are offering securities pursuant to Regulation A. Our offering circular, as amended, can be found on the SEC website. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Investments such as those on the Vint platform are speculative and involve substantial risk to consider before investing. We may provide communication that may contain certain forward-looking statements that are subject to various risks and uncertainties. Information provided in any communications is not legal, business, or tax advice. All prospective investors should consult a legal, tax, or business advisor concerning the subject matter of any communications and any offering.